Hello everyone, welcome back to Sterlingshire Homestead. So this tool right here, this scythe from Scythe Supply in Maine, just did a ton of damage to the lawn, and in a good way. I got this all sorted, sharpened it all up for today. Had to grab a glove because my hand, you can see where my pinky is right here, starting to get a blister without a glove on, so I threw a glove on. But we did a lot of stuff to make some really nice hay. You can see all the spots that I just mowed over. I did 4 lines, or 4 windrows. Excuse that loud truck. And those 4 windrows constitute probably about a bale and a half of hay. A small square, bale and a half. Knowing how much or how many grass clippings went into a bale, I would say about these 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, would be about a bale, and this is probably about a half or a quarter. So I'm going to try and take care of the rest of the corner here by the entrance to the yard, and eventually when this all sort of dries out, this first section, bale it up and then start working my way down the field the next few days. I want to do about 4 rows a day like this, if I can help it. I mean, of course, going up here, we're probably going to get more about 5 or 6, and going down here, it might be a little bit lower. It might be 2 or 3, because as it widens out, the longer it takes to get all the way through a row. But that's a lot of square footage right there. That's got to be about 20 to 25 feet wide. I'd say about 20 feet wide, and then 35 feet long, 40 feet long at least. So lots of hay. So when I get through a little bit more of this in the coming days, I will show you how far I get and how many bales it makes. See you then. Well, we're back. Anna's freaking out because we're using the rake today. But I picked up the first 2 rows of hay baleage, and that's a lot of hay. Like, compare that to the height of the dog. The dog's like 18 inches tall. It's like a 2-foot sized mound there. And I've got all this other stuff here too. We have a lot more than I thought we have, which is good. Right, Anna? Right. So I'm gonna get all this swept up into one big ball, I think, at the end there. And we'll see if we can't squish it down a little bit. I don't know that I'm gonna get the hay baler out, but we will certainly put a tarp over it and see how it does. Right. Well, got all our hay sweeped up. Now that it's all sweeped up, we're putting it all in the baler. Took us a little bit to get this out of the garage. However, looks like it'll work just fine. So I started sticking some hay in there. We got her all chalked off. And there's a curious police officer watching. I think that's kind of cute. Anyway, so we'll see how many bales this makes. My estimate with how much we've got here, I would say somewhere in the neighborhood of 3-4 bales. I'm gonna put a number on. I'm gonna say 4 bales, and we'll see how much this comes out to. But it is quite a bit of hay. You can see in relation to the baler. That's pretty cool. We'll be back. Well, one done. I've yet to pop it out, but we're going to try that in a little bit here. And then I'll show you. We made a little bit of a dent in this pile here, but after this first bale, if this first bale turns out the way it should, it's probably going to be closer to about 10. Which is pretty insane for the amount of work I did. At the cheapest I can get hay, without like buying it in bulk, is about $4 a bale for a small square. And that's what this makes, is a small square. It's a small square hand baler. So if I get 10 bales out of it at $4, I save myself 40 bucks. So that's all I'll ever need for the chickens for this winter. So if I can get that just out of this, then that'll be all my work done for baling straw, and that'll be great. So what I'm going to do now, I'll take the pressure off here. Now the string Should theoretically be holding that, and it is. Sorry about the cruddy camera work. Boy, that's tall. So now we got that. And we pop out. Ooh, good luck. I remember last year I had to stand on it to actually get this to do what it was supposed to. So I might have to do that. I'll see you back in a bit when I'm pulling it out. Well, the baler twine snapped. Otherwise it'd have been a really nice bale. So I think from now on I'm going to double it up. I'll get 4 wraps around it. This twine is supposed to hold 110 pounds. You'd think that'd be enough, but I guess not. I might have to get some stronger stuff. Anyway, we'll get back to you once I get an actual bale. So we're all set up for another one. The first attempt, the one that the strings broke, I got a weird U-shaped bale. I'm gonna have to cut that one and redo it. But it does look like we're gonna get quite a few bales out of this. I'll be back. Well, there we go. Got our first real one. Looks pretty good. Some weird stuff around the edges. The dog's been loving it. But we got a bale, and there's another one sitting here, so we got at least 2. I think my estimate of 4 was low. I think we'll probably get about 6 to 8.
And the dog caught a mouse.
And the dog also caught a mouse, which is good. We'd love for her to catch mice, because mice are the most annoying things on this property. So, we'll keep plugging away. We'll see how many we get.
No offense to anyone who owns pet mice, but field mice are the worst.
Agreed. So, baled most of it up. There's not a whole lot left. There's a little bit. We're just going to use it to give the chickens new bedding right now. But we came out with 5 bales. I guesstimated about 4.5. I was pretty close. We've got 3 that are pretty nice, and the one that's like U-shaped. And we'll use the U-shaped one first. But the rest of these should store pretty well. And we'll get those in a spot that's dry, and we'll use those the rest of the winter and the rest of the summer for bedding. So, total money saver. I don't know that we've gotten out as much money as we've put in though, Maddie. Yeah?
Yeah.
We probably put in about 150 bucks when lumber was pretty cheap. 2 pieces of plywood, or OSB, and then about 7 or 8 2x4s. Probably not even that many. I think only about 4 or 5. But makes really nice bales, I'll tell you that much. Really nice bales. So, from Isaac, Maddie, and Anna here at Sterlingshire Homestead, thanks for watching. If you like what we do, consider subscribing and liking. Till next time, have a good one.